Well, I tell you what, in my last video, I made the comment about what a difference a day makes, and it couldn't be more true for this video, because yesterday when I left the woodyard in the afternoon, it was 58 degrees. And this morning, when I woke up, it was 6. And not only was it 6 degrees, there was also a fresh covering of snow all over the ground. Yeah, crazy. So we went from almost 60 down to 6 degrees this morning, and now this afternoon it is, I believe, around like 15, but the wind, oh my goodness, the wind is cold. It's like, I think that the feels like is 2 outside right now. And I had something I was going to work on today in the woodyard, but yesterday I left my drill and battery out here, and right now it is dead. One other thing I was going to show you, give you a little update on. I wanted to finish this, but I'm going to wait now until the snow is gone. I started stacking away some of the pile from at the end of the yappa, and so I'm going to show you yesterday what it looked like and what it looks like today, and it might give you a little indication about why, for some of the wood in the woodyard here, why I stack it. And then, the little thing I was going to work on, I do have a question, and I just wanted to get some feedback to see if the direction I'm going is actually the right direction of how I'm going to do something. So I want you guys' feedback. Leave me down in the comments here in a little bit. I'll show you what I got going on. And not only is it cold out, like I mentioned, we have a fresh layer of snow on the ground. So at the end of the yappa here, I had, and I'll show you right now, the footage of yesterday before I started. There's a nice big pile of firewood, all split up, ready to go. And this is just a little example, I guess, of sometimes why I prefer to stack some of my wood. So here's the pile as it was yesterday. And now, here today, this is what's left. So I would say maybe, not quite half, well maybe around half of it is gone. So where did that pile of split wood that was sitting over there go? It went right over here into the new little, or the addition to that little section that I built. So there it is. There is, I guess, an example of why I sometimes prefer to stack my wood. That big pile, almost half of it, is now just sitting right there in 2 rows. And I would say that this little section here is maybe a little over half full, probably right around half full. So yeah, I should be able to get probably most of the rest of that pile stacked away. So there is just a little example of, you know, one of the things for me with stacking firewood is just the amount of space I can save by taking what used to be this big pile here and stacking it away over there into a much smaller space and a much smaller footprint here in the woodyard. And while we are on the topic of stacking firewood and storage and places to stack firewood, this brings me to my question and what I am looking for some feedback on. So what I want to do is I want to take this little woodshed, wood lean-to, whatever you want to call it. I want to take this and I want to move it over and add it on to those over there. So this thing was built pretty much the same way as those. Everything is just kind of fastened together, redneck style. But what I'm wondering, or when I got thinking about this, I was going to just come in with the pallet forks and underneath those pallets, just pick this thing up. But then I got thinking that it's pretty top heavy. I mean, it would be pretty top heavy. if I were to try to just pick it up with pallet forks from the bottom. So then my thought is, and I'm not sure if this will work or not, but what I was going to do is take some 2x6s, fasten them maybe a little over halfway up across the front and one across the back, and that would give me something to come in with the forks and kind of pick this thing up, but kind of like from more in the center and not so much from just the bottom. So like what I would do is I'd fasten, put 2 of those in each side, fasten a 2x6 right up here, fasten it over there, put another one in the back, come in with the forks a little over halfway up on this shelter, and then on those 2x6s, use that to pick this thing up. Because I don't know really any other way that I could possibly move this over there. I suppose what I could do is get it turned sideways and drag it. I don't know. Maybe that would be another alternative. If I got this turned sideways, hooked on to the bottom, and kind of just skidded this over there. Yeah, maybe now that I'm actually thinking about this. Well, I thought about it yesterday, and this is what I came up with. I was thinking, well, I can put something right across here, front and back, come in, lift it up. But now maybe I should just turn this, spin it, and get it in, maybe even use the bucket. Pick this side up, chain it into the bucket, and just drag it over there. Huh. I'm not sure. That might work better though. Maybe that is what I need to do. Turn it and pull it. Pull it over there. And that should get me. God, that should work. Because then I could even kind of lift this side up a little bit with the bucket. Or maybe I use well, I don't know. I could put the forks under it this way, lift it up and drag it. Yeah, so let me know down in the comments. Pull it, drag it or lift it. Like I said, I just didn't want to try lifting this from the bottom because I would think it would be a little too top heavy. But it might be top heavy even if I were to lift it from the center. So maybe keeping one end on the ground, keep it grounded, and drag it over there. It is pretty crazy sometimes how things work out. Because if today would have been as nice as yesterday, I probably would have been out here trying to move that thing. But instead, because the weather's crappy, it's cold, my battery is drained from the cold, and now, by coming out here and talking things through with you, I may have just come up with a different idea and a different plan on how to actually move that over there, which may or may not be safer. I don't know. To me, I'm thinking keeping it on the ground is probably going to be the best. But again, let me know. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Back 40 Friday Night live stream, 8 p.m. Central. Stay safe, have fun, be cool.